There's a new report on the 10 fastest growing side hustles in 2025, and some of the items on this list might surprise you. This video, I'm breaking down what made the top 10 and what you can do about those and my reaction to those. So first on the list, and this was based on the rise of Google search volume over the last 3 years to get a sense of where they're coming up with this data. But the first one on this list was a mobile car wash service, which is becoming a popular side hustle as people, want to detail their cars. I think this is actually a pretty viable side hustle. If I look locally, there's not a ton of competition. The top guy's got 41 reviews, but after that, it's like 12. So not a ton of existing competition. I like the convenience of this as a car owner. Hey, somebody's going to come to me. They're going to do this. I did this before getting my car sold, and it was $300 plus tip, and the guy worked for it. It was labor, but he ended up, I had asked him, he said, I got 3 customers stacked up today. You're number 2. So he was going to make $1,000 in one day. So he was doing pretty well with that. This is a business that I like. We do have a full episode, a full video on how to do just that. I think this works well as a kind of a treat yourself luxury gift type of item where it could work well around Mother's Day, Father's Day, other gifting occasions, because it's like, well, it's not necessarily a necessity to have a full detail done on your car, but it is a really nice experience to get back in and make that old car feel new again. So that's one that I do like. Second one was selling stock photos online, which was a surprising one for me because this is not a side hustle that I would recommend, just because it's such a low volume or a high volume game. In fact, we wrote about this in my 2016 book, Buy Buttons, where the people who are having success in this space, had thousands and thousands of images uploaded, and still we're only making $1,600 a month. So I think with the rise of AI image generation and the volume of stock photography that's already out there, I would be hesitant to recommend starting something from scratch unless you just really have the knack for it, or you're already taking these kind of photos and you could sell your sawdust in that kind of way. But that was kind of a surprising one to see on the list. Next one was crypto trading, which I don't know, if you have a gambling streak and you want to go down this path, I wouldn't necessarily consider that a side hustle. If you want to add some crypto as part of your portfolio, by all means, you speculate on that, but trying to trade it. Now, a couple years ago, crypto staking and yield farming absolutely was a thing, but less so today. So kind of surprised to see that one on there. Personal shopping service was another one. I don't know how many people are actually paying for this kind of thing. I've had a few wealthy friends pay for house managers, and it's somebody to come and do the laundry and, do grocery shopping maybe, but probably better luck to sign on with an Instacart or something. Like go to a platform where there's already some proven demand for this kind of thing rather than trying to start up your own personal shopping service. I just don't know how much demand there would be outside of the existing apps like Instacart, like Walmart Spark, like Shipt, like some of the stuff that's already out there. Next one's kind of in line with that, food delivery driver. We've got a whole video on the best driving apps for you. This would be the DoorDashes, the Uber Eats of the world in this food delivery driver type of service. The good news here is that this is a very much like a plug and play type of side hustle where you're not a lot of specialized skills or expertise required. You can get started right away and start making some money. That said, your earning power is likely going to be capped, $15, $20, $25 an hour, depending how quick you are there. So know what you're getting into, but absolutely a viable side hustle, maybe a stopgap if you need to earn a specific amount by the end of the month. 6, same as number 3, crypto trading strategies. I'll lump those together. Not one that would have made my list. Freelancing was, I think, a really viable side hustle. In fact, most side hustle show guests have started with a service-based business than any other over the last 12 years of the show. So taking a skill that you already know how to do, maybe you learned it on the job, maybe you learned it outside of the job, and turning around and finding customers for that really, really popular side hustle strategy. You can base it on some skill that you already have. We've even seen people take it upon a skill that they want to learn and kind of get paid to learn on the job in some cases. But lots and lots of freelancing examples in the Side Hustle Show archives. Number 8 was sustainable investing strategies, up 77%. Again, I'm all for sustainable investing, but to call that a side hustle would be a little more difficult to really build something up. The investment strategies can work best as a side hustle. Hey, I'm going to try and build up a cash flow portfolio, dividend portfolio, and it's truly passive income, right? Or going down the real estate path, buy a house, rent it out, pocket the cash flow, that kind of thing. Number 9 is another side hustle that I do really like, although it is becoming more and more competitive. The audience of buyers has continued to grow as well, and that's selling digital products. We've got some fun videos and case studies on that. In this case, Becky was using AI to help come up with product ideas, and Debbie in this video, she's talking about making trivia games based around certain holidays, and then kind of this lather, rinse, repeat. Well, once I have the template, I can go out and sell the same template for whatever holiday there is. So lots of fun examples around digital products. And I love this. Create something once, sell it over and over again. Debbie was selling primarily through Etsy. Becky was selling through her own site and through Etsy. We've seen people sell on Teachers Pay Teachers, and lots of different avenues for these kind of digital assets. Again, that create once, sell it over and over again. And a fun side hustle there. And then the last one on the list was online tutoring. Really cool side hustle where, again, if you were a good student in school, you might be able to turn around and sell that expertise to the next generation. We've had guests on the show talk about their tutoring businesses, specializing in test prep tutoring, maybe could command a higher rate than just general academic at the elementary, middle school level, like targeting college prep stuff, maybe could command a little bit of a higher rate. One interesting spin-off we heard from this guy Carter, who was in Seattle, and he was doing college admissions essay consulting, like a niche within a niche within a niche of the tutoring market. He's like, hey, tutoring was kind of crowded. I wasn't even that good at it, but here was a place that I could play that I really enjoyed doing. And he said, it took one strategic partnership. This other tutor that was in the area didn't like doing this type of work, so sent him some business. And what was funny was, I don't know if I have it in here, but he said, I started off at like $70 an hour, and the feedback from customers was this was suspiciously low, and they might be skeptical of such a low price. It's like, hey, this is serving the right client base allowed him to increase his rate to over $200 an hour. Another path for the online tutoring example, or to create an online class. This is OutSchool. This is a class specifically, or a platform specifically for like K through 12 kids. And we've seen people do English writing classes. There's Lego building classes. We've had a woman teaching video game classes, kind of like social hour hangout. Really cool platform to be able to stick your material up for sale on, and connect with students really worldwide. So I do like this online tutoring example as well. So those are the 10 fastest growing side hustles as reported by Forbes, according to that search engine data. So take what you will from that and hopefully find a side hustle that works for you. As mentioned, we've got a couple if you want to take a deeper dive into any of those, we've got some resources that I'll link up in the description, and make sure to subscribe for more money-making ideas. Cheers.